Right, it's Wednesday night. It's podcast night. We've got one that's sort of been long anticipated. Kevin Murdock is here with us again. Kevin, this is probably your, I don't know, 12th time.
Something like that. Who
But
knows? Who cares?
we started talking about Randy Travis a while back, and you said to me, reserve that one for yourself.
Love Randy Travis. Love everything he is.
Yeah, and so we did. And now we're at the moment of truth. We're doing Randy Travis. We should have some, you should have some good tales tonight. I think you did your homework based on that notebook full of notes you got. And this should be a lot of fun. Of course, we appreciate Randy Travis's music, and we hope we do him justice tonight. So, yes, first.
I will say I'm disappointed. For several weeks now, apparently I've not been able to give you the finger.
Oh, man.
I noticed that actually.
I was like, I was about to think back on the program.
It's for the simple things in life.
So, finger from Hershey to start with. I guess I'm just getting off my game a little bit. But okay. Good point made, point taken. We'll make sure we don't leave that out next time. So let's thank our sponsors, Spices Smokehouse Crackers. Lynn just came by, gave us a whole bunch of bags of crackers, and we got spicy and the garlic parmesan, and they're going to be great. What a treat. We appreciate that. We appreciate them. If you see their product, buy it, and they've got popper soup, you'll buy it again. And Brindley's Family Pharmacy, say it every week. If you're using a corporate pharmacy, you're missing out on good care. Use Brindley's; they'll take care of you. Last but not least, Busted Oak Bourbon Society, where Percy and I are usually in the trenches on Saturdays from 11 to 4. So come and see us there.
And this week is the Preakness.
It is the Preakness. So there'll be a bunch of races before.
Yes.
So I'm sure we will have the races on, and
maybe make a few black-eyed Susans.
yeah, black-eyed Susie's.
Suzanne. The official
yes.
drink of the
Yes.
Preakness.
Okay, that's right. That's right. We'll figure out.
I think our other craft in there.
Derby, we made a bunch of mint juleps that day, didn't we?
Yes.
Okay.
So I did.
Yeah, I made a bunch of them.
The horse that won the Kentucky Derby is not going for the Triple Crown this year.
No,
What I heard.
not. Yeah. Don't know why, but I remember after the Kentucky Derby, they asked the trainer, will he be back for the Preakness? He said, it'll be a team decision. And you could just tell that was a no. You know,
What a muddy race. Very muddy race.
Yeah. It was a muddy race. Yeah. So, but it was fun to watch. It was cool. We had a good time at the bar that day.
I watched all minute and a half of it.
Yeah. So that's right. That's exactly right. All right. With that being said, it's time for Randy Travis. Let's start with honorable mentions. Percy, what you got for your honorable mentions?
My first honorable mention is actually a cover that he did of one of the greatest country legends ever, Mighty Merle Haggard.
Okay.
And it's Shopping for Dresses.
Oh, okay.
Great song.
And he turned this into a duet with Loretta Lynn. And this is one of Merle's best writing jobs that he's ever done. It's basically about a man he's shopping for dresses, one in each color and one in each size.
Okay.
So when he finds her, she'll have plenty to wear.
She'll have plenty to wear. All right. Great song. Great choice. I didn't even think of that one. Did you, Murdoch?
I listened to it, yes.
Okay. All right. You went all in this week, didn't you?
Randy Travis is one of my favorite people of all time. I know everything.
God, Randy Travis. Good deal.
And this next pick it kind of changed on what the day is. And today is the anniversary of B.B. King's passing.
Okay.
And he did a song with B.B. King called Waiting on the Light to Change.
I did not know that. I did not know that. Leave it to Percy. All right. What's your last honorable mention?
My last honorable mention is, I think everybody can relate to this song, and it's Heroes and Friends.
Absolutely.
And
we've got them all.
the B-side of this single was Shopping for Dresses.
Okay. Very interesting. Nice tie-in. All right, Mr. Murdoch. This time. This is your show.
It still messes me up, the counterclockwise stuff.
Yeah, it's been a while. Yeah.
My very first honorable mention is Better Class of Losers, because what a video that was.
Yes.
I know it was under budget or low budget, But when we see him go into high class and then the low class,
Yeah.
he just seems more comfortable. And talking about coffee beans, it's already ground.
Right. He was more comfortable with the low class.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And hallelujah, I fit right into that.
Yeah, I do too.
$3 wine.
That's right. Regular coffee beans.
I love that. My second honorable mention is I really struggled with this one. I really did. It's a Honky Tonk Moon.
Okay, that's your song. Yeah.
Really struggled with this one. It should have been in my top 5, but it wasn't.
Well, it made an honorable mention, so
It did.
it's hard to break down. We say it all the time. It's hard to break someone down into a top 5, which is why we allow for a few honorable.
But when you talk about a stage frame of a song, it's dirt road in the twilight, woods so cool and dark.
Yeah,
Like
he sets the stage.
he sets the stage in the most sense.
Yeah,
The first words put you in his place, and I love that 100%. But Honky Tonk Moon's number 2 honorable mention.
All
Right, let's go for Ever and Ever.
Amen. Amen.
Yes. I think it's still an honorable mention, but I can't say enough about the song. I'm sorry, this is an honorable mention again. I just have more favorite ones.
Sure.
But there was an instrument that was made just for this song. It was called a pedabro.
Okay.
So it was a mix between a dobro and a pedal steel.
Okay.
And
we talked about this earlier.
We did.
Yeah.
So they made this, that intro, whenever you hear Forever and Ever, it was a one-off machine.
Okay.
So they took a dobro and they mixed it with a steel guitar. So basically they put pedals on a dobro.
Right. So this will be interesting the next time you listen to the song. And we say this a bunch. Once you know some backstory about a different song and you listen to it again, knowing the backstory,
Nailed it.
It's so different because it opens your eyes to it. So that'll be a nice.
You'll never hear that style, that key again.
Yeah.
Ever.
That'll be interesting to listen to, knowing now what we didn't know then. Bingo. I pulled that off. Wilkie's going to play with us tonight. Wilkie, you got some honorable mentions for us?
I do, sir. This was, well, Kevin here. That's hard for me to do because I had several. But my first honorable mention is a kind of a new song, but it's not a new song. It was released in 2020. It's written by the mayor of Music Row, Charlie Monk,
Okay.
and Keith Stegall. And Randy had sung the demo in 83, 84. And Charlie Monk was going through some files in his office and found the tape and cleaned it up. It's called A Fool's Love Affair.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And it came out in 2020, but it's
good.
Country.
And we have since lost Charlie Monk.
Yeah, we have.
Yeah.
Here's from Mobile, Alabama, too, Bob.
How about that?
And another honorable mention I have is on one of the last albums he had before his stroke.
Okay.
It's the Influence album, and it's written by Keith Gaddis, which is a good songwriter. And it's Tonight I'm Playing Possum. It's about after George Jones died.
Yeah.
And he's running the needle through every single one. And there's 2 versions of it. There's one just Randy, and there's a duet with Joe Nichols, which is good too.
Okay.
But if you like George Jones like I do, you hear that song, it's pretty awesome.
It's good stuff.
And then my next honorable mention is It Still Over, off the 8x10 album.
Okay. It's a good song. Yeah, he has a lot more than you remember or think about.
Are we still through?
Yeah. My phone still ain't ringing, so I assume it still ain't you.
Yeah, he's got more than we can remember. So good choices. Way to kick us off, guys. My honorable mentions. First one is I Told You So.
Very good song.
I'm going to be pretty much straightforward. This is my list is pretty much a greatest hits. My second one is hard to mention. It's Forever and Ever Amen, which is fantastic. And my last honorable mention is Deeper Than the Holler. So
Great song. Great song.
love.
What about them Whippoorwills?
Yeah, I know it. Yeah, it's great. The lyrics are great in that, and
And if you know anything about the South, those Whippoorwills, but you got to be careful. It might be a mockingbird.
it could be a mockingbird is really obnoxious, and a whippoorwill is a little bit different. But you can definitely tell the difference.
100%.
Mockingbirds are a pain in the ass, but yeah, so are those killdees.
The Kildees.
They're terrible. Maybe we should have he should write a song about killdees. All right, we're at top 5. Percy, what's your number 5?
My number 5, it's already been mentioned, and is it still over?
Very, very.
Man, that's validation on that song. All right, Kevin, what you got?
Oh, good grief. We're on your number 5. It's already been mentioned. Heroes in France.
Mm-hmm.
Heroes in well, it makes a lot of sense to me because Heroes in France. He talks about heroes you never lose and friends you never lose. That's a kind of a fallacy because you can lose friends.
You can, and it's usually for something really stupid.
Really stupid. I agree with you. Yes, but I mean, in the context of the song, I understand what he's going with.
Yeah.
But if
Well, you can lose heroes too. All it takes is for O.J. Simpson to Bill Cosby
bring that on back,
and talk to these celebrities that we all loved, and then they did some stupid shit.
I will say this. I don't think you can lose true friends.
I agree with that.
No, 100%, 100%. I'd like to think we're all.
And that's the point I was kind of going to strike to was if you make your friends your heroes, I don't think you can lose them.
Yeah, that's a good point. That's a nice time to have.
The Jamie Johnson version of that.
Yeah,
I never. I
did
never.
Heroes and Friends.
On the influence.
I didn't. No, I've never heard that.
Bring the Travis tribute out.
Well, what's your number 5, Luke?
Number 5 is called The Fox.
The Fox. How clueless.
It's off the This Is Me album in like 94, 96.
Okay.
He talking about how it pretty much the daddy was kind of never said I love you kind of thing, and didn't
Right.
think he had memorabilia and stuff. And after the daddy died, they kind of boxed. Got old memorabilia. It gets you. I'm telling you.
I'm already knowing where you're going.
But
It already gave me chills.
But he showed stuff he just kept in a box, and that they find out his daddy passed away.
Yeah.
It's killer.
Excellent. Good choice. My number 5 is it's a little emotional too. It's 3 Wooden Crosses. That was going to have to be on somebody's
Great
list.
story song.
It
Great
is
story
a
song.
fantastic story song. And Percy, would you say that's almost a gospel song? I mean, it's
But you're talking about all.
it's a pop country, but man, I
But you're
it
talking about
sort of borders like he wrote a new gospel song almost.
Yeah, but he's telling it from the bad side. So he's talking about, excuse my language, a whore
Yeah,
that turns into a woman of faith
yeah,
and raises a great son.
yeah.
So look at God's gospel, so they call it a redemption song.
Redemption song. Great.
Good house there.
Right.
All right, Percy, what's your number 5?
My number 5 is Reasons I Cheat.
That is such a great song. I can't believe that's not on my list.
Great song.
Man, all right.
I think every one of us punching ourselves in the face on that.
Yeah, on that for sure. That song to me is almost it pulls from the Hag. Does that make sense? I feel a little haggard in that.
I can see that.
Yeah, for sure. All right, good choice. What's your 4, Kevin?
Number 4. Okay. A lot of people don't know about me, discreetly. I grew up in a trailer park,
Yeah,
and my big thing was a bicycle. Go anywhere I wanted to.
that's right. You had freedom.
So, look heart, no hands.
Look heart, no hands.
It's one of my favorite songs of all time. And if you remember the video, you got his feet up on the handlebars,
Yeah.
and it says it in the song. My feet up on the handlebars, and he just riding with no cares.
Yeah.
He gets away. It's freedom. Look hard, no hands is my number 4.
All right. That's a good choice, man. But there are some other country songs that they harken back to their childhood,
That's right.
man, and you feel it. You're like, man, I'd love to go back and be that kid again and not have to deal with all
And
this,
what a bluesy
all
song
this
that was too.
bullshit that you have to deal with today, like work and
Absolutely.
paying bills and I get enough money this month. And, back then there was a freedom on that bicycle, man.
And his girlfriend in that, I say girlfriend, but the girl he was talking to in that was a gymnast, which
Yeah.
obviously looked like she had money, but he was riding a bicycle with his feet up on the handlebars.
Yeah.
What a great story that was visually in that video.
Yeah. Some imagery, I'm sure. All right. That's good. Good selection. Wilkie, what you got?
Well, my number 4 has been mentioned. It was co-written by the great Alan Jackson, and it's Better Class of Losers.
Oh, yeah.
Because, I fit in that category. So,
Yeah.
I don't hang out with.
No, man. No.
It's co-written by Alan Jackson.
Yes, it was.
Randy Travis
and Alan Jackson co-wrote that. And they wrote 20 songs together.
Well, I didn't know that.
That's
I
all.
didn't know that.
If you
Let's
remember
see
the
that.
National Treasure, they were at Mount Vernon, and he was doing a concert for the president, and they did Better Class of Losers.
No, it's awesome. All right.
You got the rhythm, she got the blues. Randy Travis, Alan
Ah,
Jackson.
I didn't know that. You're learning all sorts of stuff about Randy Travis tonight. All right, my number 4, Digging Up Bones.
Come on.
Because how
Come
many
on.
times, is there anyone in this room that hadn't dug up some bones one night? You got in your feelers, you had maybe one cocktail too many, and you dug up some bones. No, Percy, no?
Well, yeah, everybody.
Yeah, everybody has. It's just such a relatable song.
It's right behind the zipper.
Well, there we go again. Leaving a word on it. We try not to dig that one up. All right, nitty gritty time. Percy, number 3.
My number 3 is I Thought He Walked on Water.
That's a great song.
I think everybody just about one point in their life has had somebody.
Yeah, you
And Randy said that song reminded him of his grandfather.
yeah, put that in touch. How about you, Murdock? That one relates to that one hits home with a little bit of everybody. And with me, I think of my grandfather. So good stuff. All right, top 3, Murdock. I got you. Didn't I?
That was tough. I'm gonna go my number 3 with King of the Road.
King of the Road.
But it was a Roger Miller song, obviously, first.
Absolutely. Yeah.
But I thought Randy Travis did a fantastic job with it, and then he turned around and did it was a Crossroads episode. Maybe it was Josh Turner.
Yeah,
It was the really
Cross country.
yeah.
They did some cross country too.
Yeah.
It was cross country. Yeah, that's what it was. Anyway, their rendition of it was fantastic. But King of the Road's my number 3. I thought he did it justice to no end.
Good.
Roger Miller, I don't think Roger Miller holds a candle with Randy Travis.
Probably not with that song.
Not with that song. That's what I'm saying.
For sure. Oh, Roger Miller. Percy, you're a Roger Miller fan, aren't you?
Yeah. Well, somewhat. Roger Miller didn't have a whole lot of crazy songs. He liked to be tongue in cheek in a lot of his songs.
Yeah.
He made, but
Yeah.
he made a few good songs. I'm not crazy about him, but that's his most popular song. He performed Dang Me there at Take a Rope and Hang Me.
Yeah, that was a terrible song.
Green Apple.
Yeah, and one of our listeners, Brett Long, he loves the song when they talk about Bobby's on bicycles 2x2.
That's good.
He was the first one to record me and Bobby McGee.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Not a lot of people don't know that. Roger Miller recorded that shit first. Yeah. Crazy stuff we learned in here. All right, Wilkie, 3 for you.
My number 3 is my great granddaddy is He Walked on Water. See, we're over all different land.
There we go.
So
Well, that's been validated completely. Well, my number 3 is Operator, please connect me. I'm going with 1980. When Storms of Life came out, and Kevin, me and you were talking about it a little bit earlier in the lobby. I was in college, and that album hit the scene.
brought country back.
It really, at that time, it did, because we didn't have anything like Fresh. We were still, hanging on to Hank Williams Jr. and whatever Waylon could put out, and Hopefully
Roger.
Willie, yeah.
Expand on that to all generations. If which I'm younger than a lot of people in this room.
Everybody is.
Yeah. That's
Right.
okay.
If I had to say, if he would have said 1992,
It would have resonated with you.
I can still feel the sentiment of where he comes from.
Yeah, yeah.
And it could
In the year that was relatable to him at that time.
yes, but you could even go to 2002.
You could do it for
In a
every
few
year.
years, these newer kids, it's going to say 19 or 2022.
They sure could. Yeah.
To expand on that, the original title was 1962.
Was it really?
Really?
But when Randy Travis got in the studio, he said, talk about a woman when I was like 5 years old. He changed it to 82.
Right.
I think his birthday was May 4th. Randy
May
Travis.
be with you, Randy Travis. All right. All right. Percy, we're at number 2s. What you got?
My number 2 is I Feel Like a Stone, picked up and tossed with a hard rock bottom under the heart.
That's hard race. Good choice. Good choice.
That's just got a really the good intro where you know what it is when it starts
When
out.
it starts, absolutely, you do, for sure. What's number 2 for you, Kevin?
This is a tough one too.
Okay.
So it's my first wife.
Yeah.
Her name is Nikki. Don't need to elaborate on the last name.
Yeah, what are you dredging up all these painful memory stories?
He's digging up bombs.
Digging up bombs. There we go.
So her brother got up and sang. I'll say her brother passed away car accident at 17.
All right, that's bad. Yeah.
And he got up and sang. It was a family reunion kind of thing, and he got up there and sang "Digging Up Bones."
That's just not the right.
And he played that song.
Yeah, but that was not the.
He was 16 years old at the time. What a memory that I have of him singing "Digging Up Bones," and he slayed that song.
Yeah, yeah.
No, he was a great young man.
Cool.
Unfortunately, ended too early.
Yeah, yeah. So Digging Up Bones was your 2.
Yes, my 2 is Digging Up Bones, and David Renfro. I love you, man. I still visit his site anytime I get a chance.
There we go. Right, nice tribute. Well done. Wilkie, what's 2 for you?
My 2 is 1982.
There we go.
Hallelujah.
There we go.
From my favorite album he did ever.
Yeah.
And I'll be looking for it on vinyl and I can't find it.
Well, if you see it and they got 2, get you one, will you? All right.
I'll do.
My number 2 that came out, I was in college. It's On the Other Hand. Here's the Golden Band. And it's a great story song. It makes sense. It's not so much imagery in that song, but I mean, you get exactly what he's saying. He's like, I can't do this.
You don't need a video for that song.
No, you don't need a video for that song because it is self-explanatory and so well done. And that, to me, it's my.
Randy Travis has got a gift of that.
He does, yeah.
I mean, he just puts you in the scene.
He does, for sure. And he did on that one. All right.
What do y'all, before we get to number 1s, what do y'all think about the AI stuff for Randy Travis, the last couple songs?
I really
Outcast.
I've
I've heard it, but it's like,
I don't want to hear you know,
I know they take snippets of him singing and with that other guy, but
yeah, I don't like that.
I just can't grab hold of it.
I know Percy's got a handle on the AI stuff, and we're using it some here, and some of the stuff we've done. He's done some great jingles and some great AI work for us. But man, I just hope that's not where music goes to.
Me too.
You know,
I mean,
AI. It's
Well, I can see where it can help out people that are not musicians and they're songwriters,
absolutely.
mhm.
and they know how to write a song, but they don't know how to put music to it.
Well, it's just like drugs. I mean, it's you misuse it.
I mean, I know
Yeah.
how to use drugs, but I don't want to.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's good. I'm just afraid it's opening.
Since when?
I'm just afraid it's opening the door to stuff like we're gonna hear a new Jim Morrison song. You know?
Yeah, I don't want that.
Yeah,
I don't want that. I want the natural artist. I want to hear what you have naturally, because there's heart and soul behind that. There's not in AI. Drugs or no drugs. So anyway, that was funny. What's your number one, Percy?
My number one is if you can do a song with a man who Waylon said if we could sound like him, if we wanted to sing country, we'd all sound like George Jones.
Yeah,
He'd get
true.
a few old country boys,
Very
Yeah,
good. Very good.
and that's just straight up. There's a few old country boys like us left,
yeah, that's good.
and I try to still hold on to that. But when you listen to the radio nowadays, it's hard to hold on to that.
Yeah,
But
we gotta.
and Wilkie, I'm gonna ask you this: do you know what the B side of that single was?
They come
It
out.
was a duet.
Oh,
They come out and yeah.
Right? Merle did a duet with him too. Movie actor.
Maybe that. Okay. Yeah. Clint Eastwood.
no shit.
They did "Smoke in the Hive."
Wow.
No, because Clint was musically inclined.
Yes, he played piano,
Plays piano and he could sing.
and because they did Barbara and Buddies,
Yeah.
and that's not good. But Clint on this, it's not horrible. He does a decent job.
Yeah. It's a great number one choice, man.
I pick, but anyway, I still that way.
I'm gonna ask you one question.
It's that.
Do you feel lucky?
Yeah.
Not currently.
No. Listen, that was sudden impact.
Joe's
Feel
not
lucky,
lucky.
lucky, and he'd say punk. When he would say punk, it felt like someone's hair was sort of flying back a little bit. Punk. Yeah. All right, what's your number one? This I'm curious about. Because you're the most passionate one in this room tonight about Randy Travis. And we all like Randy Travis, but you've got a little more passion for him.
This is my number one. It has already been mentioned twice,
Okay.
actually. So, I know it hits a little bit for y'all, but my grandfather was my father. My
Yeah.
grandfather was my idol. He taught me everything that I know. And Crystal Gale was his.
He liked Crystal Gale.
He was. She was his crush.
Yeah.
I guess.
Yes.
Which Loretta Lynn's sister.
Yeah.
Um,
It's true. It's weird.
I know.
I know it's very weird. But what a man this was. I can't speak highly enough to him because I'm going to ramble on about him for just a second.
Yeah, go for it, man.
My grandfather was a brick mason,
Yeah.
and he didn't graduate third grade. He quit in third grade.
Wow.
And he was great at math. He couldn't read. He couldn't write.
Hmm.
He was the best man that I know.
That's good stuff, man.
And I know not many people got emotional on the podcast. I get it, but
That's all right. AI predicted someone who was going to get emotional tonight. That's just, someone might be moving tears tonight. All right.
Songs bring out.
There's no crying in Randy Travis.
oh, there's
There's
all the
Oh, there. Randy Travis always got no crying, but
but My grandfather actually could have walked on water.
Yeah, that's cool. All right, so what's the song you're going to commemorate your granddad with?
He walked on water.
He Walked on Water, which that's a great song. Good choice.
I can relate every sentence in that song to my grandfather.
Well, it's probably where you got your skills that you have today. Of course, you have a body shop. You can fix anything. You literally do a lot of my dirty work because the tool in my hand is a weapon. So I call you. So yeah, and you can fix pretty much anything.
Anything, anytime,
And
anywhere.
you're a man's man, so I love you and appreciate you. And I appreciate that story.
Appreciate that.
Wilkie,
Thanks.
yes, sir.
My number one, yes, Percy done said it, but it's Reasons I Cheat. Because when I first heard that, I was, man, this thing is that's Stone Cold Country right there.
Yeah, it is pure country gold.
And I nobody be mad at us because we left off a few that everybody thought
we did, but got my number one. It's not been mentioned, and it is by far my favorite Randy Travis song. And what are you pointing at? No,
okay,
I'm going Storms of Light.
Very nice.
I mean that Storms of Light, man. The title alone should say it all.
Well, you know,
The highlight of that album.
Yes.
we had a talk at work today, and when I was talking to Adam Nelson, this guest that we've had, and I was like, I really forgot how solid that album was.
From start to finish.
Yeah, I really.
Yeah.
It's like when you
back to back.
You have spaces when you don't listen to certain, especially whole albums for a while.
Yes.
And it's kind of just, I forgot how really solid that album was.
All killer, no filler.
Yeah, all killer, no. Good stuff. All right, we had solid picks tonight. Good stories, Kevin. You did great. Wilkie, so glad when you bring a list. What is Percy's pick this week?
This week, and I didn't know this till this week, but Digging Up Bones was recorded a year earlier. And I'm sure Wilkie knows this, but it was recorded by Mighty Mel Tillis a year earlier.
What? Mel Tillis did Digging Up Bones?
Yes.
Wow, that's great.
That's it.
And the only time he did that when he sang.
Also, I know. I get another little tidbit. On the other hand, it was recorded in '85 as well with Keith recorded it as well.
We were talking earlier that Randy Travis and Keith Whitley should have done something together, and now you just pull this out of the clear blue. Wow, that's wild.
I was talking about that just earlier.
Yeah, that's ironic. All right, good stuff, guys. Next week, we're doing our first episode of AC/DC. Wayne's coming back, and we're going to do this in two segments. The first one, we're going to do Bon Scott's AC/DC, which is going to be rocking and roll, man. Bon only was with them, what did we think, 3 years? 3 years before he died. Pretty much drank himself to death.
Hallelujah.
Yeah. Gosh, the guy, I mean, what other front man breaks out the damn bagpipes? You know what I mean? So.
I can think of one other.
Yeah. It was in that Riverdance shit, though. It's a different thing.
Glad to put a kazoo in.
That's Jonathan Davis.
Unplugged.
Yeah.
I think I the bagpipes on Copperhead Road.
Yeah, but he didn't play them.
He didn't play them.
I think Bond was in the video. He was playing them. I don't know if that was real or just for video, but you never know. But that'll be a fun one next week. And Kevin, thanks always for coming back. We'll do it again another time. We'll pick another Safety Country artist. We're about to tag you with the Safety Country. We might have T. Graham Brown on the air one day. Be all over. So anyway, thanks a lot. And all I got to say is bye.